Okay, Gene Simmons from the famous rock group Kiss on the telephone here. Good evening, Gene. You're in Oslo now?
Yes, we're having a great time.
Yeah, is it fun?
It's wonderful. It beats working for a living.
You did that, right?
Well, you know, this is the hardest job you will ever have, but I never consider it work. I mean, it's amazing to be up on stage. If people are fascinated by, you know, all the bombs and the fireworks that we have in the show, we are amazed when we look out into the audience every time and see our fans all painted up and dressed up and having the time of their lives. It's an amazing sight. You know, our fans never get to see themselves. They only see us. We, Kiss, never get a chance to see Kiss, but we see you. And they're every bit as exciting as we are.
So you like what you see, right?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
You ever expected this when you decided to quit your job as a teacher in Manhattan?
Yes, because when you dream, you dream big. You know, when you dream of being a god. When nobody's looking and the lights are out, you're not embarrassed. You can dream the biggest dreams there are. The world champion boxer, Mike Tyson, when he was a little fat kid, had the same dream. But of course, everybody laughed at him until he became the world champion. And then if you ask him, you're the world champion, did you ever dream you would be the world champion? Well, of course. Of course you dream. You dream big.
I was wondering, you decided to put up the biggest rock and roll show ever. You did that, but you started off in a small club, I guess. So I was wondering, how did you get all this equipment and fireworks and elevators, etc.?
We used to catch the small places we played on fire all the time when we played in small places, and we used to get thrown out of clubs. We played very, very few clubs. We went and opened up for Manfred Mann and Savoy Brown, and then we opened up for Argent, but we'd only play 2 or 3 shows with these bands because we kept getting thrown off the tours because we would steal the show every night. And we learned a hard lesson when we opened up for other bands. I mean, we opened up for Focus and Golden Earring and a million bands who don't exist anymore.
Golden Earring's still around. Dutch Pride.
Yes, I know that. In the Twilight Zone.
There you go.
That's right, on 21 Records. See, I know all that stuff.
Wow.
A great song's a great song. But obviously, the big lesson we learned about opening acts is never be afraid of making sure that your opening act is the best it can possibly be. So we take great pride in the bands we took out on their very first tours. Bon Jovi, Iron Maiden, Scorpions, AC/DC, Rush. I mean, almost any band that's famous we took out on their first tour only because we liked them. We didn't know that they were going to be famous or not. But the bands that we took out on their first tours became the biggest bands around. So obviously, we know what we like.
Yeah, you got a good choice for music. You're always into new music. I did an interview with Weezer a long time ago, and they were totally excited that you visited one of their shows.
How did you know I did?
They told me.
Oh.
They were like, wow, Gene Simmons came up to us, and he was totally friendly, and we didn't even know he was our hero, and we didn't even know he was around. And
I love new music. You know, the future is always to look ahead. It's good. It's good to remember what went back, but if you're always looking backwards, especially if you're driving a car, you're not going to go very far. You have to always look forwards. New bands are always very important, and we always make sure that whoever plays with us has always, you know, got something new to say. And in America on this tour, which is the biggest tour clearly in the world, and we're just beginning now. You know, we're just going through Europe for the first leg, and then we'll come back in the summer and do stadiums. And incidentally, the first stadium was put on sale in Stockholm, and that sold out the first day, so we'll do a second day there. And in Japan, Tokyo Stadium went on sale, and that sold out immediately. So we're doing very well. But the opening band thing, in America, we started out with Alice in Chains and Sponge, and then we switched. You know, every 2 or 3 shows, we would add new bands.
I heard this, just to interrupt you, that you played a small gig with the Melvins once?
Never.
Never? So that's a story, it's not true.
No, the Melvins opened up for us on the tour.
Wow.
but we never played a small gig.
Because I heard the story that the Melvins played somewhere, and they asked you to join, and
Oh, that's true. Yes. Oh, you mean me getting up on stage with the Melvins? Yes, that's true. I thought you meant Kiss.
No. I mean just you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because they're great fans, of course.
If I love a band, I jump up on stage, Red Cross or Pantera. You know, if I think a band's real cool, I jump up.
Brilliant. I heard this other story that you called Kurt Cobain for the Kiss tribute album.
Yes.
Just before he died. Is that true?
Yes. When I was putting together the Kiss My Ass record, talked with everybody from Ozzy to Stone Temple Pilots, who incidentally were going to do a song called Watching You together. It was going to be Stone Temple Pilots and Ozzy. And then the record companies wouldn't let it happen. And then Nine Inch Nails was going to do Love Gun, but the record company didn't let it happen. But when I spoke with Cobain, he was going to do Dr. Love with Thurston Moore from Sonic Youth.
Wow.
And, I mean, the record turned out great anyway. We had everybody from Lenny Kravitz with Stevie Wonder doing Deuce to Garth Brooks to Anthrax, you know, tons of bands. But
yeah. But Kurt refused, right? He was scared or something?
No, they were going to do it. And then, I don't know what happened. Either they went back out on tour or he got sick.
Wow.
Well, Nirvana had already recorded a Kiss song for another Kiss tribute album called Hard to Believe. They recorded Do You Love Me?
Wow. Is that out? I mean, they must be around there. They never issued that, right?
Well, it was not a Polygram record. It was put out by an underground record company called CZ Records, and they had Nirvana, the Melvins, a lot of other bands, 26 bands doing our songs.
Talking about songs of Kiss, is there new material coming up with Peter and Ace?
You know, we're so busy. We would like to do a studio record. Of course, Paul and I have already finished a studio album with Bruce and Eric that was finished in January, that the record company has, but we, you know, so far haven't released it. Or at least the record company has not. But going in the studio with Ace and Peter would be great. But right now, we're so busy touring, and this tour looks like it's going to be 2 to 3 years for 10 million people in 26 countries. You know, it may be the longest tour ever. And it's certainly the biggest. We're trying to put as much bang for the buck. You know, in every part of the show we try to do something and really give people their value. And also because fans demand it from Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
But going in the studio with Ace and Peter is going to, you know, we need time.
Yeah, you ain't got that now, right?
And right now, no. But we will. We'll take the time to do it. But of course, if we take the time to make a record, then the fans get angry and say, how come you're not touring? So we can't win.
Yeah, well, you can win. I mean, all in due time, I guess.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
But everything has, you know, all good things to those who wait.
I guess you will make a movie of this tour, right?
We are filming everything, but we're also talking with Hollywood about making a Kiss film, a bona fide big-budget Kiss movie.
Wow.
Either our life story or a fantasy movie like Batman.
Not like Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park again?
No. Not like that.
Why are you laughing?
Because it was a funny movie. You know, we were kids and we didn't know what we were doing.
It was brilliant.
No.
No, I liked it totally. I liked it.
I'm glad you did, but
I was 7 when that movie came out.
For a 7-year-old, it's brilliant.
So the next movie will be better, even.
Well, we want a big $50 million budget movie, a big, good production, you know, good direction, everything big.
That'll be brilliant, yeah.
But you know, a lot of things are being planned now. From this month in America, there's a comic book coming out, Kiss Meets the X-Men, which is an American superhero comic group. But in the beginning of the new year, we're already talking about, with the people at DC Comics, about Kiss Meets Superman.
Brilliant.
Comic books, yeah.
Brilliant. I saw this copy of the previous Kiss cartoon with a certificate together with it. It was really printed with real Kiss blood.
True.
You guys did it again?
Again, no. I mean, once you do something, you need to do something else.
So let me get this straight. There was really some blood of all you guys.
Oh yeah. We took our blood, flew up to where they mixed the ink, and poured our blood in the red ink that they used to print
Incredible.
wherever there's red. So when we say that a piece of us is in everything we do in the comic book, there were certainly some comic books that had our DNA molecules in there. Absolutely true.
What are you're still into cartoons? I mean, you used to collect cartoons?
Do I still collect what?
Cartoons?
Oh, yeah.
And comics?
Sure. But especially, I collect everything about Kiss, the fan artwork, the fan magazines, the press, I mean, all of it. That's how Kisstory, our book, was put together from my collection.
Wow.
I don't know if you've seen this book, but we're bringing it out on tour with us.
I saw it, yeah.
And it's a real book from the band to the fans. I mean, we loved doing this so much. We're going to continue to add pages to it, and it already weighs over 9 pounds. We're going to make it over 10 pounds, and we're going to add another 50 pages because there's so much to write about. I mean, the book ends when the band, like in '92, with the band without makeup headlining stadiums in South America. And I mean, there's another big story.
So
or maybe we'll do Kisstory Volume 2 about this whole thing.
So it's like the biggest band with the biggest book and the biggest show on earth.
Got to be big, because if God gives you a choice to have something bigger or smaller, what do you want?
Well, modesty can be good, right?
Modesty doesn't work. Ask your girlfriend.
Modesty doesn't work. That's why you got the longest tongue in the world.
Forget modesty. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth.
People are laughing here in my back now. Come on.
Modesty does not work because modesty means you're lying. Like Muhammad Ali, when people asked him, so what do you think of yourself? He says, I am the greatest. He wasn't boasting. He was telling the truth.
He was at the point.
Of course.
But it sounds so,
that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You can't live your life wondering how it sounds to somebody else. Just tell the truth.